And as always, thanks for joining. Uh, Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. A couple news items overnight, mainly out of Greece. The Greek curve flattens since we have some renewed concerns over default. Also, the spreads on the peripheral spreads also widen on various products. This is generally the result of a market taking a stance that is defensive on the eurozone situation. U.S. dollar is firmer this morning, just slightly firmer this morning. It's up 20 cents at 95.54 currently, and overall, also the German Chancellor Merkel warned of a strong euro with news flow otherwise relatively low. So there's not much else to report there. The German Chancellor is basically saying that the euro is showing some strength, and she doesn't want that. Other news flow. This morning we had PPI final demand. Let me turn down my news feed. PPI final demand came in at 0.5 versus 0.4 expected. Ex food and energy in line at 0.1%. Looking ahead at today's calendar, we have University of Michigan prelim. This is a pretty important number at 9 Central. Expected at 91.2, a half hour after the open. Other than that, the calendar is very, very quiet. We have our usual numbers, the ICRI Weekly, Baker Hughes, and so on. But pretty quiet Friday afternoon. Very rainy and dark Friday morning in Chicago here. So almost want you to crawl down under your trading desk and go to sleep. But the market is open and everything's running as usual. Let's take a look at what we have here. All right. So yesterday, as always in review, yesterday we were looking for responsive selling back in towards 97, looking for the market to base. The primary hypothesis is looking for the market to base for a rotation to 2104.50 to close this VPOC and to get up into this high volume node, which was formerly at 2112 in the June contract. A reminder again that we're looking at September, started trading September yesterday, and we're looking at September prices. So if the chart looks off to you, that's what it is. We're looking for another dip down yesterday, some chop to build a good base, some compression, and we're looking for a push up into 2104.50. What the market ended up doing is it went into chop right away. There was very little involvement by the higher time frame participants on the tape, in the chart, wherever you look. It's pretty dead. You look at this delta here, very quiet delta. Even on this 4.25 point rotation up, you see there's a very quiet delta, just about 410 contracts traded from swing low to swing high. That's nothing for this product. Again, yes, the rollover does affect that, but still, even with the rollover being taken into account, you'd expect a lot more action in that. So on an open auction out of range, we put in the opening swing at 2100 to 2104.75, so we pushed through our target by a tick, and then we were stuck in the middle, pushed to 2106.75, and then finally it rotates down towards that overnight VPOC as expected. So that's basically the trade yesterday. Overall, it left us with a pretty what's called a Gaussian profile, or a normal distribution. This shows balance. The market was completely balanced yesterday. I made a comment on Twitter and in the ES5 chat room that it looks like short-term traders are in control, and with the lack of presence of the higher time frame, or what we call the other time frame, or OTF. What are we expecting? We're expecting a trade that is mean reverting, a trade that kind of runs through prices and then swings back through and back over, and it lures people into making some poor decisions. So I was warning about that, and this is how it turned out. So we have a Gaussian profile. We have a product that compressed a fair amount, and so we're looking today for a move out of that area, and that happened, of course, with the European session overnight. The European session opened right here, pushed up, and then it just immediately sold off. It attempted to recover again, and it's been selling off. And this profile overnight's showing us a lot of weakness. So we have the point of control, the volume point of control near the low, with a fairly weak low. This looks like we are likely to continue lower. So my primary hypothesis for this morning is for us to start walking down this flagpole here. I showed you this yesterday. I'll show it to you again today. We're trading the ES September contracts, trading at 93 and a quarter right here. It is down into the flagpole. There's very little support in terms of an auction beneath here. If you recall yesterday, I said a break below the 97 and a quarter, especially a breakdown below 94.75, is likely to give us 92 quarter as the first target, and then 88.75 as the next target. Those are the single prints. This profile here shows that the market traded with an excess low and was very aggressive on the on buying on Wednesday. And if we're going to come back, if the market is allowed to come back and trade through there, chances are it'll test all the way back through, expecting this market back into our heavy volume zone. So the target below is 87.75. 87.75 is the next key HVN beneath here. So that's the primary expectation. Overnight inventory short. If overnight inventory is short, despite the weakness, I expect an attempt to go higher from here. This, of course, bars all news. News changes things instantaneously, but the expectation is for responsive buying early. But I will be a seller today. I'm looking for any responsive buying to be an opportunity to short into any weakness from the buy side, or any show of strength by sellers through the offer, by hitting the bid. I will look for a rotation back down again. First target 87.75, next target 84.50, and then we start to work our way back down to 20.79. 20.79 is also the NFP low from last week, from a week ago, and then we get back into repairing some of the structure we left behind here. That's how things are shaping up. I'm going to make this one very, very brief. There's no sense in covering other markets and so forth. Everybody's got these charts. I want to remind everyone at noon today, noon Central, 1 Eastern, we have an AMA, or Ask Me Anything, or I call it AAQ, Ask a Question, webinar that is open to all traders everywhere on Twitter and so on. The link for that will be posted on Twitter. If you are not on Twitter and still want to get it, just send me a message, FuturesTrader71 /contact, asking for the link, and we'll provide that to you. It's an open AMA, so we look forward to you attending it. That's about it. Enjoy your weekend. Trade tight today, and good luck. Take care.